Boo. Did I scare you? So, what's up at YouTube? It's the Canard Economy. Excuse the shirt, but shout out. I don't know the country, so I think it's Guadalupe. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. So this is gonna be a video I seen on Twitter by Complex. It was the Complex page, but apparently they conducted a scientific scare study called the Science of Scare Study, and they have a top 10 horror movies of all time, and apparently these are very very scary. So I was gonna compare my list to that. It's not too bad, you know. Like that beat is insane, man. Like her name is Mimi KDS. So. Not too bad, not too bad. Alright, let me go ahead. I wasn't really trying to make a whole video just for that one song. I just wanted to add that little thing. And that song's a year old, believe it or not. So, once again, I already made a video about my top 10 horrific horror movies that I'm scared to watch alone. So, I feel like I can add to that scary study, that science of scare study. So I was going to just check out the trailers, because actually, matter of fact, yesterday I was looking at it. I looked at some of the trailers, but I realized that like those movies are, you know, they're scary, but they don't beat my list of scary movies. Like their scary movie list is 10 of them, but it seemed like all new age movies, you know what I mean? So, I'm a I can't show y'all the trailers, but I'm gonna review the trailers and I'm gonna see if it's as scary as they say. Cause I already looked at some of them yesterday, and how can I say this? Like they're not scary, but they're realistic. Y'all know what I'm saying? It's like I believe that these movies have spirits in them. So I believe I was watching some of the trailers and I felt something wash over me. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that's why they think the movies are so scary, because they have some realism to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and say what the movies are, and we're gonna check them out. And then, funny enough, how I know my horror list is valid. They have some of the same movies that I have, but these are all horror movies that I watched to myself. I like some of these movies I never watched before. But in the top 10, all these movies came out less than 10 years ago. Well, actually, no, except for one of them. It's so cold in here, so I'm kind of shaking and freezing. And then what's even more funny is the horror movies. I love horror movies and I love all that type of stuff. So when I'm passionate, I get like goosebumps and chills and all that stuff. So it's kind of funny. And I saw this. They have this thing called uncanny. I can search up that word. It's like when a human face or whatever, but it's not a human face. It has that type of. It has that similarity. It has that similarity to a human face, but it's not really that. For example, the movie. Y'all can check out the movie Obsession. Like when what's her name, Nikki? Like she had, like you could see it in her eyes that she didn't look like a real person at first. Like she had like the makeup and all that. So you can search up what uncanny is, but be warned, it's gonna make you feel some type of way. It's like when you look at stuff like that, there's like a, it's weird. It's psychological, you know. So it's like on a human level. It's like we can't really avoid that type of. It's like a what you would call a primal fear, which is what I said in my in one of my old videos talking about this list of horror movies that I love that I can't watch alone because they bring that primal fear out. You know what I'm saying? So let's go with the list first. So this is number one, and then funny enough, I don't make it up. I have the same list. Y'all can check out that video. It's called 10 horror movies that I'm scared to watch alone. So I'm gonna go over the Science of Scare study list that you can check out on Twitter by Complex. I think I retweeted it, but I took a picture on my phone and I can't show it. You know, I gotta get an editor list. I mean, I gotta get an editor app and all that. So this is from like a real scientific scare study. Like I didn't even know they had things like this. This is my first time seeing something like that. So that's how you know these movies are putting us in primal fear. Like they're doing actual scientific studies on this stuff. So that's really cool though. I do approve of it. So this is the 10 horror movies from this is the Science of Scare study of scary movies of all time. So number 1 is Sinister 1. Number 2 is Host. Number 3, and I'm kind of nervous to even say these names, you know, because the horror movies are so, like the movies they chose are so esoteric. Like none of them are like real, you know what I'm saying? Like they're all spirits. So so once again, that's why I believe they, like in these new age movies, I believe they're putting actual witchcraft in it. You know, look at Obsession. You know, the One Wish Willow, the movie Weapons with the what's her name? I didn't even say but what's her name? Gladys. You know, she was really, you know, that's some real good stuff, man. Like that stuff is real. So I don't know if they could actually be doing it on camera. And I hate to expose them, but you know, it's freedom of speech, right? Like y'all say that it's legal, so if y'all could do legal witchcraft, I can speak on it. So like I said, I hate to say the names because I didn't do my research on the horror movies, so but I'm so into spirituality and all that, so it's kind of I know of it. You know what I mean? Even though I don't know the exact history, just like that movie Sinners, I still never seen that movie, but I know that's a real movie. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, number 1 is Sinister. Number 2 is called Host, and I never seen some of these movies, but I seen like the trailers, and I'm like, okay, I can see why y'all could think that's a scary, but for y'all to say it's the scariest movie of all time is kind of wild. I mean, like I have my horror list, my favorite horror movie list, and it's like y'all not even going back into like the old days. Remember The Thing, The Blob? Like they don't talk about none of those type of movies. Not saying that's the scariest of all time, but they're not really going into like the core horror movies. So number 1 was Sinister. Number 2 is called Host. Number 3, once again, I hate to say these words, but I don't, that's the name of the horror movie. It's called Skin Marink. Skin of Marink. Like I said, I never heard that movie before, but I looked at some of the trailers and I'm like, ugh. Like I could feel it. Like not fear. It's not fear, but it's like something else. You know. So number 4 is Insidious. That's and y'all can spell Skinamarink. That's Skinamarink. Skinamarink. What does that mean? I have no idea. 4 Insidious. 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 So that's a real word. That's another word for strange, I think. So number 5 is called The Conjuring. And I spoke on that word conjuring when I was talking about The Kabbalion with Hermes Trismegistus. Thank you for that book and all the knowledge. So Conjuring, that's Conjuring, Conjuring. Number 6 is called, and I seen the movie The Conjuring, so I'm pretty sure they're talking about the first one. That's when they kind of like some of these movies, like just me talking about this, I get goosebumps. I love talking about this stuff. But I remember in the movie The Conjuring, they had the thing like where they was doing like the hand claps, and I still remember that to this day. That movie came out when I was in early high school, and I still remember that clap. It still sticks with me. It was like they would be like in a random room, and they would be playing hide and seek, and they'll just go. And just me just doing that is like it's kind of scary to me. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm home alone, and it's kind of like the vibe of the day. Like it's kind of cloudy, it's rainy today, and all that. That's why I recommend y'all go listen to Blade and look at my Netflix shows that I recommended. So that was from The Conjuring. This is the top 10 science of scare study of all time. Like they said, these movies of all time are scary, and they did a study on it. And I'm like, whoa. And how I know it's the truth, how it's something in it, like some type of witchcraft or something of that nature. I looked at these trailers straight, like I looked at them like one by one, like on my phone in the dark, like around 12 o'clock, and I felt, you know, I don't know if it was some type of spirit. Like I said, I don't know if this, I don't know 100% if their spirits are actually in the movies and all that, but it was something, and I had to cut it off. Like I couldn't watch the rest of the trailers and all that because I felt some type of way, like on a physical level. So once again, I could see why y'all said these are the scariest movies of all time. But once again, I'm gonna say my list, and it doesn't come close to this. My list is, and I hate to be like sound like a narcissist, but like all my movies are some of the movies I have on here, which is funny. Like I said, this is my first time ever seeing the Science of Scare study that y'all could go check out on Complex. It's Complex, Complex, Complex. So once again, Sinister, Host, Skinamarink, Insidious, The Conjuring, and now we're at number 6, Hereditary. I heard of that movie. I wanted to go see it in theaters, but I didn't feel compelled to go see it. They said that was a good movie though. That, and I believe it was Long Legs. I didn't go see that one, but I did go see Weapons. I went to go see that twice. That movie was so wild. But the second time, just like with Nosferatu, and I hate to say that word because these horror movies are insane. But that's a good one. I recommend y'all go see that. I went to go see that twice, but I got so bored the second time. Like the first time seeing the movie is so mind blowing that I'd like to go see it twice if I have time and the money and all that stuff. But both movies I walked out of because I was so bored the second time. Because the movies last so long, you feel me? It's like 2 hours, I think. And I'm like, I could be, I could be on my phone. I could be doing other stuff. And yeah, I paid for the movie, but I already seen it. And I already remember the movie. So we're at Hereditary. That's Hereditary. Hereditary. Number 7 is Smile 2. I looked at the trailer, and what's kind of funny is kind of looking at me right now, but it's kind of scary in itself. Like while I'm saying this stuff, like and I got it paused and stuff. I'm like, ugh. And I'm glad they don't have the whole face of smiling because it's like it's that uncanny feel. You know what I'm saying? Like it looks like a real face, but it's not a real face, which is I don't know how they found out this stuff. Number 7, Smile 2. And once again, this is the Science of Scare study of all time, like of history. All the horror movies in history. They're saying these are the top 10. All these movies came out in less than 20 years ago. And what's weird, once again, what's a weird list because after Smile 2, which was number 7, they added number 8, Smile. So it added both Smile movies. I never seen the movie before, but I seen the trailer and I'm like, I kind of get it. Like that uncanny feel. Like it washes over you. You know what I'm saying? But funny enough, when I seen the trailer for the first time with Smile, like a long time ago, I thought they were talking about. I don't know if I could say this on. I don't know if I could say this on here, but I don't care. It's whatever. Like I said, I'm a black pill influencer, so I could just spout off this wild information. So I somewhat have a theory of when you. Sure, I'll say it since I'll say it since we're talking about horror movies and I'm a Black Pill channel and we're talking about the scariest stuff of all time. So I believe when if you kill somebody, like if you murder somebody, even in self defense, you see and some of that stuff is true. Like that's a scientific proven fact that like they get PTSD from killing somebody and they see them in their dreams. So I believe that since they killed somebody, other people who killed somebody, and if they did things on that level, like a degenerate level like that, that's kind of like once you do the stuff like that, like it's a real sin. You know what I'm saying? Like on a religious spiritual level, it's a sin to just kill people in self defense. So I believe that other people, like criminals, like felons and all that stuff, they know what you did and all that type of stuff. And I believe they do that type of. I believe like they can look at you like this, and so that's what I thought the gist of the movie was. You know, because like I said, I seen people die before. You know, I seen a lot of gruesome stuff in my life, so I believe I'm part of that because I be seeing it like in public. Like that's why I believe that's in the scariest things of all time. Other people know what I'm saying, so I believe like when I'm out in public, I be seeing other people looking at me like this, which is kind of crazy. I know that sounds wild to say, but sometimes they don't smile. They may just turn around. As soon as I look at them, they'll turn around and look at me. So, and not saying that they did something, but it's the fact that I kind of command that in a way, and I kind of, and there's other instances. So I can't really get into it 100%. But that's not what the gist of the movie is. So so that's why I kind of stopped looking at it because I thought it was something of that nature. So like I said, I'm gonna go over all the trailers in a minute just to see if it's really that. And I can add on my horror list that I have on there that I'll say after this. I have the movie Sinister. I have the movie Insidious. So that's what's kind of funny. So that's how I know I'm like really tapped into all this cool stuff. Because once again, I seen this thing yesterday. I was just scrolling on social media, Twitter, X, and it said on complex science of scare study. And I didn't think it was real until I started looking at the trailers, and I'm like, oh, I gotta cut it off. I wasn't scared, but it was like I felt it. You know what I mean? And I didn't want nothing to possess me or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that was Smile 2 and Smile 1. So I may go look at these movies because the fact that both of them are in the all-time scary study is pretty wild. But and I'm looking at it, I'm looking at her smile at me and all that, and it's kind of, that's kind of scary. But it's like once I talk about my list, it's like these movies trumpet. So number 7 was Smile 2. Number 8 is Smile. Number 9 is The Exorcism of Emily Rose. So I like how they have this movie. I kind of don't remember it, but I remember seeing it. And then once again, in my list, I have another exorcism movie, but it's scarier than that. So, and once again, they didn't even speak on the exorcism movie, like the original, with the turning head and the throw up. Because I believe that's the most realistic one, because that stuff is real. I believe people actually get possessed and they actually have Catholic people who actually do exorcisms on a high level. Like that stuff is real. And what's trippy is once again, I'm in the heart of Maryland. I mean, in the heart of America. That movie, The Exorcism, the first one, that was in. Turns out that was in D.C. I had no idea. I still never seen that movie before. But they showed like the step scene. I don't like I said I'd never seen the movie before, but I've seen parts of it. But they claimed that those steps were from in Washington D.C. I think it's still around, you know. But like I said, unfortunately, I just can't be in D.C. just maneuvering like that, you know. It's a very dangerous city. So number nine is The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Like they have so many exorcism movies, I can't really describe this one, but I'll say the one it's the one from 2005. Like I said, we're gonna go over all these trailers. I have them right here, but like I said, I can't show them because they're gonna copyright me and all that. So, excuse me. And the last one is number 10. Talk to Me, and I hate to say that word because it's like it's in the trailer that it's like somebody may come to you and all that. It's just like it's wild. But like I said, I during the time this is during maybe 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 22. This is when all of us deleted social media. So also this is when we were supposed to be boycotting, you know, movies and all that. Boycotting movies and all that. But then we went to like Netflix and all that. So it's like, you know, this is what the time of Bird Box. What's the other one? Stranger Things. What's that one that I didn't get to see that? The when it was like the red light, green light type game. What is it called, man? Y'all know what I'm talking about though. The little Asian joint. Squid Game. Squid Game, that's what it is. I still never went to go see that. Well, not went to go see it, but I didn't look at it on Netflix. I'm pretty sure it's still up there, but I don't know. I just don't feel compelled to see it. Like I said, my taste is so good. I just don't go to see any type of movie. You know what I'm saying? For example, how I felt compelled to go see Obsession instead of Backrooms or Hereditary or Long Legs. You know what I'm saying? But I went to go see Weapons though. So I know ball. You know, I went to go see Weapons. I went to go see Obsession. So that was their science of scare study list. Now I don't know the scientists. I didn't do the fact checking and all that, but the list it makes sense in a way. But I don't like how it's all new age movies. And as you can see, a lot of these movies are esoteric. There's no real. The only one that had an actual like person like killing people, but even he was like some entity or spirit. The movie Sinister, but all of these are spirits. So this could have been by this list could have been made by women or liberals and Democrats. You know, I don't even think I had to be like that, but I don't even think Republicans look at horror movies like that. You know, they're conservative and all that, and for good reason. For good reason. Like if we had a complete republic, they probably would ban these movies. So I'll say it one more time. This is the complete. Well, I found this on the page Complex, Complex. Oh wow, I didn't even know this thing was about to cut off. This only got 25 minutes on it, so I'm gonna have to make a whole new video. So, but that's gonna be this. That's gonna be me just looking at the trailers. So I'm gonna say it one more time. The science of scare study of all time, allegedly. Number one is Sinister. Two is Host. Number three is Skinamarink. Four is Insidious. Five is The Conjuring. I'm on 24. Five is The Conjuring. Number six is Hereditary. Number seven is Smile 2. Number eight is Smile. Number nine is The Exorcism of Emily Rose. R.P. her. I think she passed away in that movie. And I think that's based on a true story. So, number 10 is Talk to Me. So I'm going to say my list real quick and y'all can check out my old video, 10 horror movies that I'm scared to watch alone by myself. Because like I said, I feel that same feeling of washing over me, you know what I'm saying? And then watching it in the dark at that. So I'm going to say this real quick. I only got 25. Okay. So mine is number one, Sinister. Two, The Grudge. Number three, Paranormal Activity, the first one. Number four is The Fourth Kind, that alien movie. Number five, Devil. Number six, One Missed Call. Seven, Insidious, 8, Evil Dead, the 2009 one, 9, Grave Encounters, and number 10 is The Last Exorcism. So funny enough, I have similar movies on there, and I didn't copy this list. Y'all can literally go check. I made that list like a month or two ago. So, and I use y'all can use the AI summary, it will show y'all. All right, so 25 is about to cut off. I'm gonna look at the trailers now. Okay, I'm back again, back again. So we're gonna check out the trailers. The first one is gonna be Sinister. So I'm gonna say the list one more time, and where we headed off at. And I like how they had the golf girl, but check out this movie Smile. That's gonna be the next one. But no, it's not. It's in there. So to speak on this one more time, this is the science of scare study of all-time horror movies. I don't agree with it, but allegedly they did a scientific study on all this stuff. And then funny enough, it's all like witchcraft spirit type movies, so there may be some real stuff into that. Because behind the scenes they can actually put witchcraft in. I told y'all this in music and the movies, TV shows, the radio, everything. Everything has spirits in it. You know what I'm saying? The technology, the phone, all that stuff. Because technically, having this phone is witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that we can even connect like this is some form of witchcraft, or at the very least, some type of high level technology that we didn't get from us per se. Because all this stuff has like to get these things that has like minerals and crystals in them. So how did they find that stuff? Like it's good that they did the excavations and the mines, the diamond mines and all that. But how did they find it? How did they know that exact location? And how is it that we can't find it on our own? So the science of scare study that I found on Complex magazine page, but you can just spell Complex, Complex, on Twitter or X. So number 1 was Sinister, number 2 was Host, number 3 is Skinamarink, 4 is Insidious, 5 The Conjuring, 6 Hereditary, number 7 Smile 2, number 8 Smile 1, and number 9 is The Exorcism of Emily Rose, and last one is Talk to Me by number 10. I mean, not by number 10, but number 10. So that was their horror list, and now this is my horror list that I seen on my own, and like nobody else. So number 1, Sinister. And I didn't even make the number 1. Like both of those number 1s, I didn't do on purpose. I found the science scare study, that was number 1. And then I looked on my old video and I used the AI thing to summarize the video. So shout out AI. I didn't have to look at the whole 20-minute video or whatever. So if y'all want, y'all could do that. So, and it just happened to be number 1, Sinister. So this is my horror list that I could watch it alone, but it will wash over me and everything. And I would have like chills, and I'll be looking all around, all paranoid, because it's dark. Because I told y'all in my previous video that I have a fear of being in the dark. And also mirrors. I have a fear of mirrors. And that's because, as kids, we learn those games. Those games. And the fact that we learn those as kids is so mind-blowing, Like the sleepovers, like the Ouija boards, and y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm scared to even say the names. You know what I'm saying? And then I have a mirror right there, so I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Because I know that if y'all check, even in the movie, y'all seen that movie with the homie? What is it? Keegan Michael Key or something like that? The black dude. The same one that made Get Out and the movie Nope. So he made a movie called Us, and I believe that's real. Like I believe like there's another parallel universe in the mirror. So, and if you do something. Y'all can do this yourself. I don't really. I was gonna make a video on this, but I'm like, that's kind of toxic. I was gonna do something called mirror gazing. That's mirror, mirror gazing, gazing, mirror gazing. And if you stare at a mirror for a long time, once again, remember I was talking about that uncanny feel. You'll start to see things like this in the mirror. So, and I could talk about this because I'm a black pill influencer, as well as talking about horror movies. Like if you look at the mirror for over 5 minutes, like straight, like if you look at a mirror like this, your eyes will start to morph and all that, and your face will start to change. And I will go even further to say your face starts to get staticky. Like I don't know what that's really called, like that staticky thing, but it turns like not real, not like black and white static, but like y'all know like how we're looking right now, like y'all can look, but it's like it starts to be like dots and I was gonna say sparkly, but not really sparkly. It's like static. It looks like static, except it looks like transparent static. That's you heard that tap. So transparent static. So all right, I'm gonna keep it going. I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh, the mirror. If y'all look at the movie Us, like I think there's some truth in that. So this is my movie list of horror movies that I'm scared to watch alone. Number one was Sinister. Number two is The Grudge. Number three is Paranormal Activity, the first one. Number four, The Fourth Kind. Number five, Devil. Number six, One Missed Call. Seven, and this is when, like, these movies are so OG. My family, we used to get these movies during Blockbuster. That OG. Like that, I really know. Like I really did my research on my stuff. Why they got all this stuff is from less than 2005, But I'm also kind of contradicting myself because these are still in that realm of 2005 and up. But they only have one movie that's from 2005, which is The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Like the rest of them are from over 2010. So, right? Didn't the Conjuring and Insidious come out around 2012, 13, 14? Because I went to go see that with my dad. So like some of these movies I wasn't even old enough to go see by myself. So, but I still remember them. But I didn't think they were the scariest movies of all time. I'm like, y'all kind of jazzing it. So once again, Sinister, The Grudge, the first one, Paranormal Activity, the first one, The Fourth Kind. So not the Third Encounter, not the like they have these other alien type movies, but specifically The Fourth Kind from I believe that was 2009. So The Fourth Kind. Number five is Devil, and not even the whole movie, but I would say the whole movie because I've never been stuck on an elevator before, and that's one of my worst fears. So the fact I seen that movie, that made it even worse, because I believe something like that could actually happen. Because I believe that's a spiritual thing. Because one of the guys I used to work with, his name was Tim. I'm not gonna say his real name, but that's his nickname, Tim. He went to go to this place, like I don't know if it was a storage unit area, but he got stuck on the elevator, and I'm like, what? And the fact that would have been me if he wasn't there is mind blowing. I would have been stuck on the elevator. I wouldn't know what to do. I just would have. I don't know. Because I don't know. I think you're supposed to call somebody like on the elevator button and all that, but I don't know what to do and all that stuff. And then I don't like to pay my phone bill, so I don't know. And then knowing me, I'm so wild. I would have broke the top part of the like in the movies. I would have broke the top part of the elevator. I would have been trying to climb the. That would have been wilding. So that's why God knew not to put me in those type of situations. But specifically in number five, the movie Devil, it's with the old lady, and her eyes were black. Like I literally, it's hard to even look at that scene. It's so terrifying. It's that once again, it's that uncanny feel. but it's the fact that she was looking like this. But like how y'all see white in my eyes and all that, it was all black, and it was like close up, like you know what I'm saying. So me just thinking about it is like whoa, like I have chills and all that stuff. So and number six, speaking of faces, one missed call. So I don't even remember that movie, but it's those faces. It's like Asian faces, and they kind of look. That I didn't want. That almost sounded kind of racist, but it kind of, if y'all look at them, like they have the Asian faces, but they also look like, what is that food? Dumplings, I think. Y'all know the Asian food, the dumplings, and they made, that's probably where they may have got it from. Y'all know the little lines in the dumplings. I believe that's what it's called, a dumpling. Like the joints that be in the soup, the little white joint. Like they had faces like with the, not just their eyes. I'm not being racist. I'm not saying they have slanty eyes, but they, which they do, but they had like different pieces on their face, and it was like, if y'all search up a picture, which it may surprise y'all and scare y'all, so y'all can search that up. One must call. So I may even look at the trailers. So of specifically mine. So, and I seen this one. This is when, once again, Blockbuster. I think I seen this with my family. That was One Missed Call. Number seven is Insidious. Once again, I have that with the science scare study. Number eight is Evil Dead from 2009. Number nine is Grave Encounters. And lastly, number 10 is The Last Exorcism. So, excuse me. I was looking for exorcism movies like that one, and the exorcism of Emily Rose popped up, but that wasn't the one I was looking for. I was looking for The Last Exorcism. That one is terrifying. That's the one with the bar scene. Not the bar, but barn. BARN, bar scene. So if y'all know what I'm talking about, y'all can speak on it in the comments. Like I said, this is the heart of America. We supposed to be in the comment section, conversating and all that, but I don't see anybody talking. Because a lot of people my age, they're weirdos. Like I hate to say that, but they're weird. They've been in the house all day. Like they just sit in the house all day, literally. Like I do it now, so I see where y'all coming from, but I wasn't like this all my life. But a lot of people were like this all their life. Like they had like 5 friends, maybe 10 friends at the most. They just went to school and came home. They may have did like an extracurricular activity for the sake of, to put that on like their college thing, but they wasn't like really, really out there socially. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was my 10 list, and that was their 10 list. So I'm gonna go ahead and check out the first one on the science of scare study. I've seen some of these already, like I said, but I want to make sure that we look at all of them. Like I said, I couldn't look at it yesterday because it washed over me. Like this one was cool, but see, like I said, I couldn't look at this. I mean, I can't look at this movie alone by myself. It's so gruesome. Like they had like, it was kind of like they showed snuff films, if you will. So I'm watching the trailer right now. I'm gonna do the same thing for GTA 6. I'm not gonna show the trailer or whatever they're gonna do. I don't know if they're gonna show the trailer. I don't know if they're gonna look at that. They had the snuff films, and they showed like a whole family dying. You know what I'm saying? It's sick. I watched this joint. I don't even. Yeah, they showed it a little bit. They showed them hanging from trees and all that. Rough. They showed another one of them being set on fire. It is showing it right now. Yup. Wow. So I guess, and see, like I said, they have like sigils in this movie and all that stuff. Like, check this out. Like they showed the family get burnt. Y'all see that? All right. Heard something. See, that's what I'm saying. Once I start looking at these movies, I get that feeling. They showing the family drowned and all that. They showing the Sinister underwater. It says once you see him, look at that. Wow. I'm seeing the trailer. It says once you see him, and they're not saying what it is next. They're showing like the person. They're exposing you to him. Nothing can save you. And I think that's almost like the similar movie of Weapons almost, like that character. Not the exact character, Miss Gladys, but how they're targeting kids, you know what I'm saying? They showing this boy come out the box and all some weirdo stuff. Like I said, I haven't seen this movie in so long, I like the movie though. Check this out. Like they showing like the dead kids. Like, check this out. Like what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like it's wilding. Like I said, I can't show y'all they showing they showing the sigil. They showing the dead kids in the attic, like the ghost kids. And then it's actually kind of weird how they said, and see, if I do my research, look at that, wow. If I do my research, there's probably an actual entity that's his name probably isn't Sinister, but it's probably something of that nature. Like they had this thing called "Have you seen him?" and all that. Like that's like I said, I don't know if these are real or not. Because in not elementary school, in high school. Okay, hold on, real quick. So Sinister, I do approve of that movie, saying that's one of the scariest movies of all time. Because I vouch for it. Even in my old one, I could vouch for that. And y'all just seen that trailer a little bit. It looks pretty gruesome. Like I said, they don't really show movies like that. The only movies I've seen that really target kids was Weapons, Sinister, and The Evil Dead that came out in 2019 or 2020, 21, 22, something like that. So I was saying how in high school I had a teacher named Miss Brown. She was a black lady and she was like woke or whatever, a feminist, if you will. I remember she dressed up as for Halloween. She dressed up as what's her name from The Walking Dead with the dreads that she had the katana. I forgot her name. Also, that's a good recommendation. That's on Netflix. I forgot all about that. I never got to see the whole thing, but I seen a lot of spoilers, and it's like, whoa, that show took a turn. You know what I'm saying? And I had the bat Lucille. I bought the thing from GameStop with all of, like when they had GameStop points. I used all my GameStop points. I bought a Lucille bat that had like the barbed wire on it. Y'all could check that out. Y'all could search up Lucille. I don't know how to pronounce that, but y'all could search up Negan from The Walking Dead. He had this famous bat with the barbed wire, and he had that scene where he was hitting Glenn, the white dude with the ginger hair. I had that bat from GameStop, and it was such a cool bat. And I got it for free because I had so many Call of Duty points. So I bought that, and I bought the Mimikyu that I showed y'all. It's downstairs. So not Pikachu, not Mewtwo, but Mimikyu, because it was mimicking Pikachu. So okay. Oh, I was saying in high school, my teacher, Miss Brown, she said she doesn't look at these movies, and this was around the time of Paranormal Activity, the first one. And like I said, that was in my movie of all time that I'm scared to watch. And at that time, I didn't know what she was talking about. We were just like, oh, whatever. She just talking bullshit, conspiracy theory or whatever. I didn't even know what conspiracy theories were at that time. Like I said, I didn't know about none of this stuff. I was in ninth grade, 10th grade. We didn't care about none of this stuff. So she was saying how a lot of this stuff like could possibly have spirits in them, you know. And I didn't know what she was talking about until I seen stuff like this, and I, felt it wash over me and all that stuff. So she was really, really tapped in, you know. I say I'm all paranoid, but I be telling the truth though. It'd be a car coming by. I just be whatever. All right. So that was the first movie, Sinister. I can't believe we're already 20 minutes in. Like, you see what I'm saying? I can't have fun with my little videos. I just can't go off on like these little stories, and I got to be like an AI robot for y'all to be, oh, Sinister, The Grudge, Pandemic. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's so lame. But that's why I have my freedom of creative expression. You know, if I was working for somebody, they would have been like, oh, stop all that extra talking and all that stuff. You know, they trying to make me into a robot. You know, a humanoid robot. So, and there's some truth in that too. They be like programming, and that's what they say in jail, and that's what they say out in California. They be like program. They'll be like, you think you bigger than the program and all that. So, and I know my homie, I say his name, Rodney, one of my OGs. Not my OG, but he's an OG out here. He'd be like, put a battery in their back. You know, you put that battery in their back. You know what I'm saying? Or wind them up, like a wind them up toy. Cause y'all know what I'm saying, putting batteries in their back. It's like, let's see how like it's a controller right now. If you don't put the batteries in their back, it doesn't work. So, but if you put the batteries in their back, all of a sudden they programmed. So that's some deep manipulative stuff. It's very sick. Okay, so that was number one. That was Sinister. Now we're going to the next movie, Host, and this is a good one. I like how they like. I like this. I like the horror movies that they chose for it because they're real. They have so much realism in it, and it's possible. I think that's what makes it so horrifying. It's called the movie Host. Never seen it, but I've seen the trailer. Like, I already seen this. I seen this yesterday, but once again, I watched all of it in its entirety. Like, I got to about Skinner to that third one, and then oh my goodness, I just felt the stuff wash over me. Like, look at this scary thing. Like me just looking at it for a minute, it kind of surprised me. I was like, oh, because she had a filter on her face. I was like, what the fuck? She had a reptile. She had a reptile snake type of thing. I'm gonna show you in a minute. Hold on. But like I said, I got to about number three of the Science of Scare Study trailers. I was watching on my phone in the dark, and like I said, I felt something wash over me, and it was like, I gotta cut this thing off. Like, I felt it like on my head and everything. It was like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm prone to seizures or something like that. And I don't know if it was like if I was about to have a seizure or a stroke or some weirdo stuff. I don't know. So I'm gonna show y'all the part that I'm talking about when I looked up and it kind of surprised me. But this is the trailer. It's like it's all these females doing. They was doing like witchcraft. Look at that. Hold on, man. See, that's what I'm saying. Even that is scary. Hold on. It was uncanny. Like, I just felt that wash over me again. Look at this. Watch. It's gonna surprise y'all. See, that scared the shit out of me for a minute. I'm like, oh, because when I'm making this video and I'm just looked up and I was like, oh shit, because that probably even surprised y'all a little bit, I'm sure. So, what was I saying? Oh, so they're pretty much on like webcam, and this was probably around. Hold on, I could check it out. This was 6 years ago. I'm sorry. So was that during the pandemic? So that makes it even scarier, right? Because around that time we couldn't be outside with everybody. So this when everybody was doing like webcams, Zoom meetings, and classrooms and all that. Because I remember when I was in PG County Community College, we had to do the online classes, and I was like, I'm not really messing with it. So I stopped going to class. I stopped going to class. I ain't gonna lie to you. I failed that class. I said, fuck that shit. You know? And this was around the time when everybody was supposed to be spiritually elevating, so it was just like, fuck it. You know? And I retook the class, but you know, that was a waste of I believe I paid I think it was like 500 a class or something like this. I wasted all that money. So that's kind of fucked. So once again, they was on a Zoom meeting, and I'm gonna show you how that scary feeling, that scary thing again. But they was all on a Zoom call, and I'm guessing that's like the gist of the story. But allegedly they're like I can't hear so, but I don't want to get copyrighted. Yeah, they're doing spirituality or witchcraft. Hey, check this out. Like they're doing the candle. Like even lighting candles are spiritual. You know what I'm saying? I keep showing it, but you see. But that's pretty much the gist of it. It's and then a spirit came to them, so now they, and that's what women are really doing. And once again, that's why I believe that's in the scary things of all time because they were doing things like this. Like check this out. Hold on. Like I said, and these are possibly real. These are probably real rituals, which is how they are aware to do it. Like I said, I hope I don't get copyrighted, man. See, that was my wrist that snapped. See, and they summoned something. Now they and see they thought it was jokes. A lot of people think this like jokes, specifically white people. I don't know what white people's problem is, but like I said, they're not really spiritual. They're Christian, but they're like heavy spiritual. Look at this. Hold on. Like they were trolling at first. They were playing around. See, they were joking around, and everything got serious, and everybody's scared. And once again, these type of people, they're running to Christianity and messing up the Christians. So just because they were scared. They showing the entity dragging them, they're breaking glasses. And once again, y'all, this is all on YouTube. All y'all got to do is search up host. So if you have a smart TV, which everybody should have, like it's 2026, everybody should have at least a laptop and a phone and a tablet or a smart TV, something. Two forms of technology. So y'all should be watching this stuff with me, which is why I'm doing this. It's supposed to be like I said. Oh, see, check this out. And it's not doing spoilers because I'm just showing the trailer. So, this is like the official trailers. Like, look at that. That showed it. Look at that. And see how she was playing with the filter at first, but there's actual entity on that. So, but I'm looking at it. It's not really scary though. But and they said they claim this movie was. They claim this is in the scariest things of all time. I'm like, I'm not feeling you. So, oh here, man, I still, I still get that feeling. Like when I talked about Insidious, like being in my scariest, not my scariest of all time, but I guess you could put it in that. I guess you could say my list is the scariest of all time. I was saying how in my list I have Insidious as well as Sinister, but I was talking about the faces. I was talking about the faces. And I think, and see, since I'm in the horror movie aspect, I'm all like nervous and paranoid. Like I said, I got goosebumps and everything. Like I said, I'm not scared. It's just, I don't know. Like I said, human stuff. So I was talking about how the uncanny faces and everything. And just this one scene in Insidious scared me. I remember being I believe I was in the movie theater. This was 12 years ago, so I can't really pinpoint it. But this face right here, when they was doing that, what is it called? Not an interview, but the therapy session. Like they was just talking with each other, and the next thing you know, the homie popped out like this. It's like that's crazy, right? I forgot the entity's name, but that could also be a real entity. You know what I'm saying? But it was just such a calm therapy session, and then they switched over to him, and it was like ah. So I'm like, oh, and I yelled in the movie theater, like, like I don't even do that no more. But it was so stunning. I was like, ah, not like that, but I was like, oh shit, like just me thinking about it, I still remember it. But like I said, just that one scene scared me to my core. So the next one is gonna be that's gonna be the next one, but this is this is called Skin of a Rink. I never seen this one, and I never seen the trailer. I mean, I seen the trailer yesterday, but I don't remember it. You know what I mean? So this is Skin of a Rink. I don't know what that means, And I'll search it up after this, but as you can see, it's already 30 minutes in, and it's like, damn. Once again, another kid movie, I guess. And it just so happened to be. See, that's what I'm saying. I believe these are like millennials and all that pick these movies. Like a lot of these are from like our teen movies. You know what I'm saying? Witchcraft movies and all that. And I believe like the millennials, the millennials, well, the millennials, the generation, them and above, they were doing witchcraft. Like a lot of them do witchcraft, and that's why I believe that we ascended in America. You know, even if it's just Christianity, because Jesus never set foot in America, by the way. So I don't know why everybody's so obsessed with Jesus and everything. Well, I know why they're obsessed with Jesus, but it's like, you know, I'm looking at the Skin of a Rink trailer, and once again, I don't have the sound on, so it's like, I guess that doesn't add to the scariness. Like I said, I seen this yesterday, and it was. I'll turn it up a little bit. Like I said, y'all can hear that. So see, that's what I'm saying. The sound adds to it. I could feel it. Now you hear that, right?
In this house.
Let's see. Like I said, I got that feeling. It's good. Hold on.
In this house.
And see, they keep repeating it. Like there's some type of psychology to that. You know. Like I said, I never seen this movie. I don't know what's gonna happen.
In this house.
Like I said, I don't know. That's the actual camera. I don't know. Now see that person walking. Like that's the actual filter. It's like some tinted thing. And like I said, I hope I don't get copyrighted. Like I don't mind getting copyrighted, but it's the fact that that's what I'm saying. I don't really get this, but it's the what was I about to say? I don't remember, but oh yeah, I was gonna say the copyright. I don't mind it getting copyrighted, but sometimes they copyright it so hard that it blocks the video globally, and I can't see. Like we can't see the video. So like I said, there's so many videos that I made that were blocked globally that will never be seen. Is somebody sitting in Indian position, Indian style? You know, they're doing the voice change of "in this house." So I kind of get it. Like the sound is adding to it. They say come upstairs. So I mean that's a good trailer though, because it doesn't like spoil the movie. So it's kind of good. But it's it has that feeling of washing over me. But this came out 3 years ago. This movie came out 3 years ago. Never heard of it, never seen it. I don't know if it came out in theaters, but yeah. Put it off and I'm gonna mix it.